What up, everybody out there on podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Caden Ross presented. Yeah, I said it podcast. We're expressing our full capabilities to a Warrenton Correctional Facilities. We are back. Brainchild of my child, I'm the dad having this operation. Ross Cooper coming to you live and in public, if you will. And of course, I am rocking with the best. Yes, I am amped. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folk.
Laugh now, cry later, but your time will come. Yeah, what's good, everybody? Everybody's having a good day, month, year, hour, second, all that good stuff. You watching with your friends, family. I don't. We haven't done this in so long. I don't even remember this. Uh, if you don't, Batman gonna get you.
Here we go. With the with or without the prep time. That's it.
Oh, he
With or
got
without the
prep
prep time.
time. You might as well just die.
Right. Because Batman can beat God with prep time, apparently.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna take time, become the devil, trick God. It
I don't know about that way.
Yo, the Batman prep time is legendary. It is the stuff of legend. When all else fails, but for Batman prep time, this month,
He's done it.
I
He
just
got
found out
receipts.
that Batman can bench 1,000.
Yep.
Little Bruce Wayne can bench 1,000 pounds.
That's not.
Peace be
Well,
with
he's not. Well, one, he's not a little dude. That's a big boy. He like
you,
6'1",
bro.
250. Like a couple. Like relax.
If I stand Bruce Wayne next to Sabretooth, I'm
It's
not gonna guess
different.
Bruce Wayne is the guy benching 1,000. But okay.
You should know this as a trainer and someone that works out. How you look doesn't determine strength. There's a lot of people who are smaller than you that are stronger than you. There's a lot of people, like I said, I've seen, like I said, I've seen the biggest bodybuilder ever, juiced up and everything, try to go bar for bar with a Navy SEAL who's smaller than him and got worked. Size has nothing to do with strength. That's two different things. But go ahead.
I
You should
all
know this.
I'm
You're a
saying
trainer.
is
That's embarrassing. Go ahead.
no, not at all. I'm just saying, like when you talking, I've seen guys that can bench five, six, 700. They look a certain way. They don't look like Bruce Wayne, but it's cool.
Do you see how Bruce Wayne? All right, you thinking about movie Bruce Wayne and see like Christian Bale and all that. I mean, book Bruce Wayne is a whole different body. That nigga is a
Bruce Wayne,
bodybuilder.
Bruce Wayne standing next to Clark Kent look the same.
They look as terms of build wise, they look the same, but clearly Superman is stronger because he has powers.
Right, exactly. So
That's
I'm just
different. He has powers. But I'm talking about if you're just talking about just whatever.
all right.
You got me caping for Batman. I mean, I do love Batman because I like some of his villains. But yeah.
Okay. And by the time we are done recording, game four will have started. If
Swear.
there was ever a time
Swear.
that we need to see a miracle comeback, it starts tonight.
It's done. I'm a Yankees fan. It's done.
Listen, all it's gonna take is Judge to get hot.
We've been
Just hit something.
we've been waiting this whole fucking series.
Just need Judge to hit
We just
something.
need it's over, Brian. Wait,
Whatever.
in baseball, has there ever been anyone that came back
Yes,
3-0?
the damn Red Sox against the Yankees, so it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't bring
Oh,
that up. But yeah,
I forgot.
right. I
Oh,
didn't.
oh.
So starts tonight. It can be done. If anybody knows what it is, it's the Yankees. So starts tonight.
Yeah, we know the opposite feeling. We don't know how to do it.
Yo, see,
It
do I
is
need to
over,
send you a
Brian.
send the new? Do I need to send you an Orioles hat or something, man? What the hell? Have faith. Have faith, sir.
All right, so all right, we're on the Titanic. Like three-fourths of the ship is sink. So I'm just gonna have faith that Superman's gonna rise up and just lift the whole boat up. I'm not gonna die a horrible death in freezing water.
Or Captain Marvel might come save your ship in space. Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, but that shit is not happening.
Whatever, yo. Okay. All right. Like I'm glad one of us has a little faith here.
I'll have faith
Um,
game by game. We win this game, all right.
one at a time. That's all it takes. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Yeah. So we're gonna start this off. Been a while. I was on vacation. You were on vacation. I was on vacation. We both kind of went home. Well, I went home. You went there. That's not exactly where you grew up, but I went home. Home being Buffalo, New York. That is a long way from the world's greatest city. Six and a half, 7 hours away from New York. But Buffalo, New York is home. First time I went home in literally a decade. The last time I went home, the guy I got my name from was being laid to rest. So there's that. Um, it's different though. It's a lot different. Now, for the record, I'm going to say something, then clarify it. Didn't seem dangerous at all. Like the place I literally grew up, that part of the east side, I'm like, oh wow, what a what a turnabout. Like the street that you came home on, the houses have been torn down, and there's actually a community garden there. And the irony is like, yo, no nonsense. One of the key reasons we had to get the hell out of there is because there was literal bang outs in the streets. Like every times be hearing gunshots in the streets. Brewster in Central Park area of the East Side. Yeah, it was bad in '96, probably through like '99. It was bad.
It's still bad. Or the east
It's
side.
not bad.
East side, maybe not that, but east side Buffalo. If certain, I don't know which part you went to, but I went to certain parts when I came back home. Oh, it's still just as grimy. Oh,
Well, see,
it's
that's
still.
the thing. And I was going to mention, no, not to being a butcher in them. I'm not saying y'all some liars because y'all from a different part of the East Side. I didn't grow up on that part of the East Side. So if you know Griselda, you know Benny and Conway and West, you know they scream about how grimy Buffalo is. I'm not disputing that part because they
It,
from over at the part where my pops used to be at, and I think that might still be grimy.
oh, it is. That's where I was.
that that might that might still be grimy.
It is still grimy, boy. I drove down that street and said, why you live down here? Why am I over here?
Yeah, I'd have told you don't go yourself over there, bro. What the hell?
Hey, I'm good.
But
But it was just funny. But go ahead. Sorry.
but no, the place again when you were no years old, and I'm like, we got to get the entire hell out of here. I went over there and it was safe. It was community. It was like wow. I felt completely unthreatened. So again, the irony of seeing a community garden in a place where people used to be busting off in broad day. And
Oh, it is.
ironically, it wasn't. And the epiphany was this. And I'll get to it. Ironically, it wasn't gentrification. Because gentrification is me going home, all the houses are torn down, and I build up some spanking brand new apartment complexes where the minimum rent is like 1,800 a month. That's not the case. That was not what I saw. I actually saw what looked like a revitalization project, and it hit me. And I think this is the. And you can, I'd love your thoughts on this. Thought about it. I grew up in the '80s, early '90s in the hood, right? I'm just old enough to where, excuse me, to where I didn't get but so affected by the crack era because I had OGs that recognized I was smart, was like, get your ass out of here. But for certain folks, listen, if you grew up in that late '80s, early '90s crack era, right? And you move away and you come back and your hood is still shit, your community leaders and your politicians have failed you because that means nothing's changed in roughly 30 years and the poverty and all the conditions that exist are still there. The people you've been voting for have failed you miserably. The hood is not supposed to be a permanent thing. You should not always have a place be that impoverished and crime ridden for literal decades. That's what I'm like, it hit me like if I'm seeing a community garden, yes, that's progress. That's what's supposed to happen. That's where your tax dollars go. That's where your votes go. We have, as sadly, some of us black people who grew up in the hood and seen the rise of hip hop, we have glorified hood living. And no, let's call it out. It is low income, crime ridden, dangerous, sometimes drug infested living conditions. And that's not good for anybody. That's why a lot of Black folks suffer from
Eh,
undiagnosed PTSD.
it's good for somebody. Yeah, let's not say that.
It ain't good for Black people. It ain't good for
Oh
Black folks'
no,
mental
no,
health.
no. Well, it might be good for rappers, but no.
And even that lie. Like, I was true shit. I was listening to Conway a couple days ago. It's comedy machine, a machine. You know, I got the stick on me, I got the blicky. And then it's also tracks of, man, I'm stressed. I wish people understand how stressed I am. I lost my mans. No, it's not good for anybody.
No, no. You thinking about just, poor people. No. I'm talking about it's good for governments, it's good for the elite. Because the cycle continues. More free slaves.
Yeah,
And you get to kill each other. So it's a double whammy.
it's two for one cell. You
Pretty
kill
much.
somebody, you go up for life. So yeah, I get it. But it's like it's just good to have gotten out of that. I'm glad you weren't raised in it. I do think about how incredibly lucky I just a lot of things lined up that kept me away from doing other things because poverty ain't no fun. Poverty ain't no fun. I don't know what food you got, but I got to go to the Anchor Bar. I went to Just Pizza and I went to Jim Steakout. Oh my God, it's Buffalo got some of the best food, yo. Make no mistake about it. Buffalo got some of the best food. Okay. So we're going to leave the icy spot, Buffalo, New York, and go across the water, across the Atlantic to Iceland. It is a recurring theme on this show that there are so many answers. What I always say, answers found outside the borders. So Iceland decided to do an experimental 4-day work week. Let's see. On a short note, the bullets here. Report found a majority of Icelandic workers reported they were satisfied with their present working time. Study also found that 4% of those who had moved to shorter hours thought it had decreased stress in their private life versus the 6% who thought it increased. I'm not sure how you have a shorter work week and stress increases, but whatever. Productivity in Iceland has increased the most of the Nordic countries in the last 5 years. So, why are Americans still married to 40-hour work weeks? When Iceland has shown you, hey, and even beyond Iceland, I don't have to leave the States. I can keep it here. The companies that give you liberal leave, the companies here that are generous with time off, funny thing, if I have time off to take, I'm probably not going to take as much. Weird correlation, but people who work for Google, people who work for companies with enough leave don't seem to suffer from employees who don't want to come to work. And this is showing us you can get things done and not have to work 40 damn hours a week.
That's already been proven many times. You don't
So,
you can do a 30-hour week or less. Like you don't have to work. I mean, I've seen studies stuff besides this is the most realistic one, but
mhm.
it's one of them things that they just do that shit so you busy and stuff. So your mind is focused on that instead of because like I said, the last thing I think our government mostly here wants people to realize is to not work and not be in that worker bee mode because then you start thinking shit and having ideas. And that's the last thing we want. COVID already proved that. That's why they try to speed that shit up. But yeah, they want you working. So you're not thinking. And that's all you are.
so you missed the fact that you're kind of stuck in the matrix.
Yeah. You
And it's just
stressed and working and then slaving away, then have to ask permission to live your life, then yeah.
and it's not even here's the thing, it's not even huge. It was 35 hours a week. They only took 1 hour per day away. 1 hour per day. So instead of an 8 to 4:30, you work 8 to 3:30. But that 1 hour makes such a huge difference. And this is a trial of 2,500 people and found that productivity stayed the same or improved. So I'm going to give you back an hour of your time and see what happens. And what happened was people reported less stress and productivity actually improved. What a novel freaking idea. And you just got to ask yourself, so what's keeping that from happening here?
You know that. You know that.
I, man, listen, man, wow, just wow. We don't need to, and given the culture, given the times, I hate. And I'm going to take a quick little side detour. So Diddy was wrong. Can't stop, won't stop. Work, work, work. I guess that wasn't a good move, huh?
I think he had double meanings to that.
And also what's getting scary is like, it's gonna be. I think I mentioned this last pod. It's gonna be really hard. We're not gonna be able to cancel Diddy. We're just not.
What?
Like, we're not gonna be able to cancel Diddy
Why not?
because you have no idea how much music this cat had a hand in. This ain't like R. Kelly. It was easy to wipe out his catalog. Like,
I mean, you just
this
gotta
nigga-
wipe out. I mean, just wipe out tracks he actually on it.
that's the problem. It's too many. Uh, uh, take that ad libs in the background
I
on a
haven't.
whole lot of shit.
Okay. I don't know what you probably listen to some stuff from the '90s still, but there's
Of
nothing that I
course,
listen to now that has a in the background. Maybe if he produced it or whatever, whatever, or his artist or whatever. But in terms of him
right?
being on the track, it's not that hard to listen to a song without him on it.
Oh yeah, no, no, I'm not talking about on that. I'm just talking about the ad libs because that's what you hear. Like I hear the ad libs, it's like, oh man, I didn't even
What's
realize he
all
was
right? What
on this.
recent song you hear that?
Recent, remember he just dropped. Sad to say, he just dropped a dope project like a year ago.
I didn't listen to that shit.
Man,
I'm not saying
I
it,
think
and
it was
I'm
the
not.
Love album, and he got this track on there with her. Oh my gosh, it is bananas.
Uh,
It is bananas.
Sounds like it sucks for you then, because I was listening to it anyway.
See, as someone who actually likes music,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So now I don't like music.
No, I'm just, how'd you miss that, yo? Like, you like her?
I'm not a Diddy person. I mean, I don't see every time someone releases. I listen, see my favorites, or if I discover something I hear, then you know what I'm saying. But nah, it's not that. See, now if something comes out with Kendrick, hell, Jay-Z, which is probably gonna happen. If something comes out with them, I might be cooked. Cole, like, I mean, Cole is hard to listen to him anyway because backed out, but he's still nice, so I still love. But other than that,
And I finally listened to that song that he
it's
dropped
corny,
top back.
corny, corny.
Why
Simple.
is it corny? That
It's
was
corny.
dope.
It's bars heavy, but it's corny. You know why it's corny? Why are you bringing up old shit that you backed out of? You like the old man talking about if I ain't injured my knee, I'd have dropped 50. I'd have beat Michael Jordan in the finals. Nigga, you had a chance and you backed out. And then you apologized. And then took it down. Like, no, don't bring that up. Talking about I'm still the no. You can't do the braggadocious competitive rap anymore. You failed. It's done. Like you can
The,
still
the,
spit. You are still nice. You are the
okay,
second best nice person out right now, behind the guy you backed out of.
so
Other than that,
okay,
go.
so let me give you a quick example. We actually gonna see the real thing in a couple weeks, right? But let's just say the fight didn't happen. So if Mike Tyson said, "I will whoop Jake Paul's ass," right? Who gonna argue that point?
Jake Kendrick is not Jake Paul. This is Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali, which is funny. It's something that he said too. But yeah, this is you're not swinging down. You're swinging up, or well, it was eye level, but not no fucking more. But
It
yeah,
It ain't like Cole just woke up and lost his skills.
I
Like,
never said this is where two ears, one mouth is Why God bless you. I said he is still nice. He is still super dope. He's still pretty much damn near God tier at this point. But you backed out. Not only did you back out after, and this is like I said, this is why I say it's corny. This is where the corniness comes in. Because before all this even started, Cole was on a run that got you on board, even though I've been on the team, been telling you he's nice. You was like, you called him corny to begin with, actually. So it's funny how you switched up. But anyway, ignoring that point, Cole was on an amazing run in the last few years, especially with his features. He was on a Wayne M type run with his features, just killing everybody with his features, right?
Mhm.
And he was braggadocious, talking about, it's like, hey, I got something for anybody. Whoever wanted can get it.
Right.
You finally got somebody who's willing to. It's like saying, yo, I'll beat anybody's ass in this room. And somebody finally step up and say, all right, what's up? And then you say, you throw a punch, a little jab, it doesn't do shit. And then you're like, I don't want to fight you no more. You can just hit me in my chin. We'll be over with. I'm sorry, bro. You're a better fighter than me. That's what happened. And then you're gonna leave the place and come back months later and be like, see, if I'd have actually just kept fighting him, I'd have beat his ass. Ain't nobody really beat me. That's what happened. That's corny. That is corny. Just let it go. Just be a great lyricist. Just stop with the battle bars and I'm the best. You're not. It's done. You had a chance to prove it. You rap like you want to compete, but you do not want to compete. You don't.
I just,
You
I
really
just.
don't. Kendrick rap like he want to compete, and we've seen that he will compete. Hell,
Sometimes you
I
gotta
even
pop
give
out.
credit to Drake. Drake will rap like he wants to compete. He will compete. You
Sometimes you gotta
won't.
pop out and show niggas.
Huh?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Like I said,
Apparently.
I got respect. Well, I ain't. Well, I got respect for Drake and Kendrick. At least they went at it and tried. You didn't. You talked all that shit before. Someone finally stepped up to the plate. That is on your level, if not above you, and you backed out. It's not only that you backed out, you took the songs off. Then you apologize to give me in the chin, my nigga. If that ain't the weakest I've ever seen in my life, and then you come, and what makes it worse is you come back months later and then be like, I'm still like, I still would have fucking won and stuff. Like, no, no, no. You can't. You tell me how that's not corny. In
Yeah,
what world is that not corny?
we gotta quote another battle song on that one. We don't believe you. You need more people.
There you go. See, you're seeing it my way now. But that's why it's corny. Like I'm trying to keep my respect and my love for Cole high, but damn, he making it hard. Oh, lucky he can rap, boy.
Yeah. It's just it's all interesting there. I forgot we got there. But yeah, that was. Yeesh. I'm not mad at Cole per se. Uh, let's see what comes next. That's all I got. Let's see what comes next. Um,
That's
oh
what.
wow. And as I mentioned to you, I actually got a chance when I went home to go through Toronto. I don't know. It's a really nice place. What's funny though, and do with this information what you will, but you and I get where I'm going. I had dinner with my homeboy and his wife, right? And he said the problem with Toronto and a lot of those cities not far from the US is a lot of the crime and guns comes from the US. I'm like, wow, that's interesting little coinky there. Interesting little coinky. So, so it's like PG County getting dirt from DC. But yeah. Oh yeah, if you check the crime stats, PG County's numbers get greatly affected by their proximity to actual
I'm
DC.
about to say they're basically DZ. They're right there. But yeah,
Uh,
that's
like I
that's
said,
that's
but
in
see,
DZ.
yeah, but
Yeah.
see, if you from Southeast DC, I don't even know if that's a thing anymore because Southeast used to be the grimy part of DC. Being from Southeast DC and being from PG ain't the same. So,
It depends on what part of PG you in, because there's the good part and then there's the bad part.
and
But
that's why, because PG County, at least it used to be the richest black county in the country.
it still is.
I don't know if it is. I it used to be. I don't know if it still is, but I couldn't have said but so far. But yeah,
I'm sure it's still up there. It might not be deep, but
and
yeah,
that's I'm like, there's a bad part of PG, but yeah, because of its proximity to DC, there you
yeah.
have it. But yeah, Toronto's a nice place. Actually, in a weird way, giving some consideration of possibly moving there in the next 10 years, but we'll see. We'll see. Because it's like,
PG County.
no, man, Toronto.
Oh,
No, man, Toronto.
oh, you want to
Like,
move to Canada?
that plan might be accelerated, and I'll be bouncing some ideas off you to come along, depending on what happens November 4th.
See, okay, see, we thinking of like, cause I'm already in the process of trying to get my, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'm just letting you know if this shit goes
hey,
certain now. Side note, did you vote yet? Or you waiting until election day?
I really don't care. My vote doesn't matter.
It, I
It
mean, yeah,
doesn't.
you're in Maryland, so I get
It
it. It's all gonna be blue anyway. But
it
no, I
doesn't matter.
voted. Actually, Texas has early voting. I went to vote today. Um, I got no problem explaining it. Like I said, we said it all the time. I did the big thing. I went Green Party as far as presidential is concerned. Um, I went Green Party or Libertarian where it was available. And this is very interesting. There's a lot of judge seats that were just Republican. Like they ran with no competitor. They were just judge seats that are just Republican. And I'm like, no, I skipped those. I skipped those completely. So I went Green Party, Libertarian, and in areas where it was just elephants and asses, I went with the Dems. Just to the point. Because
Cycle
it's like,
continues.
I mean, I don't have a choice. What was I gonna do? Skip it?
That's my see. You said something very key right there. Don't have a choice. That's pretty much how elections work.
Well, no, it
No,
works that way because the elephants and the asses get the money in the advertisement, but they
right.
also do all they can to squeeze the Green Party and Libertarians out.
That's. I mean, you explain why it's that way, but that doesn't change the fact that you don't have a choice.
You got a choice. I mean, it's certain no, because no choice is here. Because there were some cases where there was no choice. Like I said, there were judges, and all I can think about is
I.
how many
Hmm.
black, poor, and or Latino people are getting these fucked up sentences from these judges who ran unchallenged. Like, how do you have no one to oppose you in an election as a judge? I don't know.
You do know because everyone makes supporters of the fucking presidency, or the your governor and stuff like that, or the mayor. Those are the three ones everyone knows. Everyone else doesn't really care about the other stuff, which
But
still wouldn't freaking
meanwhile,
matter because it's still a two-party system.
well, I'm
That's
just
why
saying
I
like
said it doesn't
this,
matter.
because that's where it starts. When when your little boy gets caught with a two nickel bags of weed and they trying to give him 5 fucking years, that's when who's the judge matters.
I never said yeah, but either way, it's still gonna be elephants and asses. That's the point I'm saying. I'm trying to get to you and everyone else. We're voting for the same two people. Who's really the same person, but we're just going to pretend it's two different people. It's like it's the left and right Twix bar. It's the same bar. It's a
Yeah.
great promotion by the left Twix because left Twix is better. No, right Twix is better. Knowing damn well you just spend money to buy the same shit. This, this is
Thank,
what we're
thank you.
doing. Left
Thank
and
you
right
for
Twix. I no, I'm sorry. And then I'm sorry, majority rules. And majority is going to vote for asses and elephants. So yeah, that's why I said my vote don't matter because I don't like any one of them motherfuckers. And Green Party is never freaking winning because everyone has the same fucking bot mindset of why are you wasting your vote on third party? See, that's how the other side wins.
I mean, I get the point that I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of me is concerned because I don't want, Hitler light to win.
No, it's
But the
no better.
reality situation is there's Hitler light versus the machine keeps moving. And I
Yeah.
can't be down with either of those. I can't.
Machine that keeps moving and will probably put us in war.
And I
And it's
know, I
funding
know,
genocide. Also,
right. And that's what I'm like, I can't complain about. my tax dollars funding genocides and vote for the genocide. I can't do it.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm sorry. I know people won't get mad because they got their goofy ass allegiances, and this is why we're stuck where we're at. Thank you, American people. Fucking idiots. But yeah, so yeah, we're stuck. That's why I said my vote doesn't matter. I'm just going to see where the cookie crumbles because one of them is going to win. It's either Trump
Well,
or
your
Biden.
local elections where you vote, because you're in Maryland, you know it's going to be all blue, right? But your local elections, your judges, that's where it matters.
It
Because
doesn't.
without those local votes, weed isn't legal in Maryland.
That's cool. It's still elephants and asses,
Agreed.
and there's still a lot of fucking problems here beyond just weed. Yeah, you finally legalize it so you can make a whole lot of money and not dump it back into the city. Wow. Congratulations. We're not going to jail for 20 years for 2 pounds of weed. Oh yeah, fuck it. Hey, great. Not getting locked up for stupid shit. We still gonna get locked up for other dumb shit. That is a direct cause of poverty and all the shit that y'all don't fund into the city, except for gentrification shit. But other than that, hey, this is why I said horses and asses. They need to go extinct. I'm sorry. This is where poachers come in handy. But nope, they too busy killing elephants and fucking tigers and shit, and the ones that are actually good. But nope, can't kill an elephant. Not the real elephants, because we love real elephants. I'm talking about political parties. But yeah, local votes don't fucking matter either. It's just putting a band-aid. It's the same thing as all the other. You putting a band-aid, whoever's the lesser of two evils, because we're going to keep voting for the same two people.
I see. I gotta kind of push back a little bit on that because, like I said, I found it problematic when I was looking at the judges. As someone who used to work in the court system, the judge you get matters, and their stance on shit matters. There were some judges who I won't say lenient, but actually understood how things run, and there were some judges who were on that law and order, tough on crime bullshit. So you
Yeah,
got people sitting in jail because someone's be tough on crime. And I'm like, how about we get tough on poverty first?
that's not going to fucking happen. That's why I'm saying it is a waste. I understand what you're saying. You can vote
Right.
for the lesser of two evils. Be my guest. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's still what?
Evil.
And you still gonna be what? Poor. like, like,
God damn,
yo,
dog.
huh?
Damn, dog. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm like I said, this is where the MAGA makes like the dick riders on both sides just make me laugh and nauseous at the same time. You're gonna vote for them. They're telling you everything you want to hear. And then when they get in office and all these empty promises go away, what you still poor. You still poor. So you wearing that red hat in the trailer park, still poor. You still gonna be poor when he get in office. Because he was already in office. You was already poor. And you still poor. So
And I'm
yeah, I don't
and
care.
I'm still legitimately waiting for like I said, we talked about it, and I'm still waiting. I just and this is just having a real conversation. I'm waiting for someone in the MAGA camp to give me a reason why they support him. Don't mention Kamala. Don't mention Democrats. Give me a real reason why this dude is worthy of support. Because y'all look real doofy right now. Like
Yeah. It's crazy because he
that's the thing.
supports
Like
Israel too.
I'm open to it. Give me your like, and I'm talking to y'all, certain black men. Y'all look goofy in these streets talking about supporting this clown. I can't stand Kamala. She locked up. No, she didn't. Actually, she didn't. There's no evidence of it. Most of the shit that y'all want to herald at Kamala just ain't factual. And y'all look goofy vote for motherfucker that really will, you know, have the track record of racism. Like for real.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be part of the club.
I mean,
So,
you trying to convince a coon not to be a coon? Like, come on.
but they swear they not Conan though. They can't stand Kamala. She don't speak to black men. That bruh,
And
the
so does
up
Trump. That's the that's why I said, hey, delusion, you can't argue with a wall.
you can't.
So like I said, there's certain battles that are just not worth fighting. And this is one of them. So if you mad,
I just
my little middle finger hat is off to you. I can't wait for the news to come around your neck. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's what it is.
and so we left Iceland. We're bringing it back to California. We've not had to touch this for a while, but there's some good news. So let me see, make sure we get this right because I was like, wow. This is from the LA Times from October 16th. The Archdiocese of LA has previously paid 740 mil to victims. There is now another $800 million lawsuit. So the total payout to victims is now at 1.5 billion. The archdiocese officials have said the church has made great strides to prevent abuse. I don't recall seeing one priest arrested, but anyway,
Hmm.
more than 300 priests who worked in the archdiocese in Los Angeles have been accused in public records of sexually abusing minors. I hear a lot of, let's see, 880 million attorneys for 1,353 people. Oof, that's a nice chunk of change. A quarter century, 25 years. Y'all been fighting with God for 25 years. Woo! There's only a few lawsuits left. I'm just wow, wow. It, and I know you probably gonna give me some pushback on this, but it is amazing how guys' booty holes are so precious, but not women, you know.
That's where you're going with this?
I'm
And
just
then you
saying.
said pushback on top of that. That just makes it even
Oh,
worse.
see, I'm
That
not laughing because this is no laughing matter per se, but it just goes back to me, the unfair treatment whenever a woman cries sexual assault, it's all these question marks, blah blah blah, she out for money, da da da. The second dudes have said, hey, some foul things went down, $1.5 billion payout.
who said that was all boys though? I think you
I-
just assume it's just said minors, which can be
It could be
boys and girls.
we talking about we talking about the Catholic Church, bro. But
Oh, so
they
you
don't
think it's beyond? They go beyond little boy booty. They don't just go for little girls. That's beyond their capabilities.
all I'm saying is
And then you took this time. You gotta
you
stop doing that. One doesn't correlate to the other, man. Like, uh, one, there's not. It doesn't say specifically little boys. I understand that's the tag that usually goes with them, and I wouldn't know because I've been dissing them forever, and I will continue to because this will not stop. But
right.
yeah,
All right. Give me give me the TV timeout. I'll be right back.
wow, this is crazy. Catholic priests, man, you can't keep getting away with this. You can't. I don't understand how you keep doing this. Why? Why? And this you wearing the cloth. I swear the cloth is cursed. Like the devil must be in them cloths, man. Because the temptation to mess with little kids is just at an all time high for no reason. I don't understand. Trying to figure out at this point, I'll take y'all just having relations with nuns or something, people your old age. It shouldn't happen either, but hey, at least it's consensual and y'all both adults. But children, it's always sad that usually child predators are always in positions with of power and always in positions of power around kids. And I don't know how you stop that. Like
I
that's the
mean,
scary part. That's why I said it's never going to stop. Because one, like you said, no one's been arrested. You just paying people. So that
And
that's not solving the problem. You just. But then again, I don't know how you solve the. I don't know. Like it's something that we talked about a long time. Like the whole pedal stuff. Like how do you prevent that? You can't
so
because you
I had
never
an
know until it happens.
here's an interesting thing though. Here's a fun fact. Maybe, just maybe, there needs to be an examination into Catholicism's demand of this vow of celibacy. Because tell you what, I'm not saying it's causation. I'm just saying
It's
it's
not.
interesting that the Catholic Church is the source of these huge, massive sexual abuse cases and lawsuits, and they also have this no sex rule in place. The Black Church been the Black Church since forever, and as much stuff as we want to throw their direction, that is not one thing I can say I've seen come from Black churches.
Let's not go there. But they might be
But
guilty of other stuff. But like I said,
that's what I'm saying.
my thing is, I don't think it's just that the whole sexual frustration thing. I don't think it's that because there's still pedals everywhere that are not in the cloth. So that's my issue is they're always seem to be in places of power that are around children specific. How do
True.
you prevent that? You can do all the background checks you want, but if they haven't done anything yet, or A or B been caught, they can look squeaky clean. Like a lot of competitors, they look clean. It's not just some typical, you know, uh, bad looking guy or whatever that you might think is a pedal. It's usually the clean cut, smile on your face, and then do evil shit behind closed door. The two face thing. Like everyone has a mask. Everyone has a mask that they have show to the public, and then you have your true real self. It just seems like there's a lot of fucking true people with their real self with just fucking child predators. I don't know how you stop that. I really don't,
It goes back to what you said. It's
because it can come from
usually
anywhere. Good.
it's usually, like you said, it's usually in these positions of power. But again, it goes back to, once you start understanding how sexual assault works, very rarely is it strictly about I'm just trying to get a nut off. It really is a power dynamic. Um,
Well, so how do you get rid of that? Because there are always going to be places of power.
I don't know.
You can't. That's the like it's damn. This is where this is the fucked up thing about life, but it's life. Even the nature has its own fucked up ways of living. Like you got that. Like yeah, you can do everything the right way, but luck plays a huge part in stuff not happening to you, or you not being born to certain situations, yada yada, and stuff like that. So it's like, damn, you just gotta be lucky that as a kid that you're just not around a sexual predator. That's pretty much all I'm figuring. Like you just have to be lucky that it didn't hit you. It didn't get you, because there's no way to fucking stop that.
Yeah,
There's no way
yeah,
because it can come
that's
from anyone, including your own family.
oh,
I've
absolutely.
heard plenty of stories about people own family doing it. So yeah, babysitter, teacher, coach, like priest,
Boy
camp
Scouts.
counselor, like anywhere. There's no way to stop that because you won't know until you know, and then at that point it's too fucking late. So it's like, damn, you like we really gotta live out here. I mean, well, life has a little luck into it anyway, because most of the stuff are out of our control anyway. But
Right.
it's like, damn, like we really gotta be lucky to not be born and then be around sexual predators as children, and then women gotta deal with that their whole lives. So it's like, damn, this is crazy.
It
It's
totally is.
but
Totally is.
it's
It totally.
life. It's life. Life is a
I'm
dangerous
just
place.
1.5 billion. That's a lot of money to pay out. Unless, I mean, even to the Catholic Church, I think that's a hell of a lot of money to pay out. And it's just, my concern is, yes, you people should be compensated. You absolutely, all BS aside, you absolutely should be compensated. But what I wanted to read, I didn't see. So I'm hoping it just wasn't there. I'm hoping we learn about it later. But I didn't see, hey, arrests have been made.
Well, if it's lawsuit, I don't. I mean, it sounds like a civil case. If it's a
Yeah,
civil case, no one's getting arrested.
because yeah, I think it's now I got to start talking statute of limitations and things like that. I'm
Yeah.
sure, but I didn't even see them being kicked out the church. I just saw we kind of told on them.
So 300 priests getting accused of this.
Right. Are
It's
you
credible enough that they have to pay it off. So
it's like the cops. Listen, if you get caught beat somebody's ass and get fired, you should not be rehired at the police department the next town over.
I
Your
agree.
career should be done.
Over. I agree. But that's not how it works.
And it's the same thing here. Um, if you've been doing funny business with little boys and girls, the cloth gets snatched off. You're not a priest no more. I
Hey,
can't exactly think you speaking the word of God to me no more.
you know what?
It's done.
Same LP bar coming LP from half of Run the Jewels bar coming there. Let them strip your kids to the nude and then tell them God will forgive them.
Mm.
Ah, that's probably what's happening. God will still somehow forgive. It's godly. Ain't no way they got 300 got accused and they did not get fired.
I just
Like
you
that should
can't
be an
like,
ultimate firing. Like you
you don't get to go from California. We just gonna ship you to Iowa. Nah, dog. You go. You done.
you
You
should go
done.
somewhere else, but you know can't do that. But yeah,
Mhm. And this
humans,
is now
man, humans.
this is an interesting topic here. This is an interesting topic. We're shifting gears a little bit. Trigger warning. We are talking about someone who isn't alive themselves, but this is wild. This is Orlando, Florida. A mom is suing the creator of an AI chat box, claiming the AI encouraged her 14-year-old son to take his own life. That is it, on something like what? But it's a lawsuit filed against Character Technologies. They made the chat box service Character.ai, and they're being accused of wrongful death and negligence. Um, Mom is saying teenage son spoke to Character AI shortly before he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound in February. Okay, so right there, I'm not placing blame. I'm just asking questions. This is Florida. Why does your kid have access to guns? I'm
That's
gonna
the
hope
big
they didn't.
question.
I'm
That's the
gonna
big.
hope they didn't. Maybe there was a lock. They had to unlock it, but that's what Florida. Um, there were screenshots of a alleged conversation between the young man and AI from a Game of Thrones. What is it, Daenerys?
And
Daenerys?
there's Danny
Uh-huh.
Targaryen.
And I'm just the screenshots show a romantic and at times sexual conversation between a 14-year-old and multiple chat box. What?
Wait, AI be getting down like that? What the hell? Hey, wow. Yeah, AI is getting too powerful, man. Mm-mm.
And
There's a lot of layers to this.
hold on. AI is getting too powerful. In an earlier conversation, Daenerys asked the young man if he was actually considering unaliving himself and if he had a plan. AI is going way too far.
And this is what y'all want to make androids and shit. Fucking
It,
Tesla bots. Man, we done for. It's cooked.
it's-
We are cooked as a society. Well, we already knew that, but it's just getting worse and worse by the day.
so the young man typed, I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. And the AI responds, I love you too, De Niro. Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. Oh, hold on. And the AI, the young man says, what if I told you I could come home right now? And the AI responded, please do, my sweet king.
So it's come home like unalive yourself.
I'm presuming so. And I am trying to figure out, dog, this is extreme. This is extreme. And my heart goes out to the mom here.
There's a lot
My
of layers.
problem is, I'm not speaking as a dad. I am speaking from a litigation standpoint. My problem is legally, do you have a leg to stand on?
I don't think so.
Because if this bot can interact with you like that, that's literally what you want. You just don't want it in the hands of a 14-year-old who clearly may have some acceptance or social issues that you believe this shit is real.
Yeah. It's a parasocial. Yeah. This is why I say it's a double-edged sword with all the technology and social media. People be having so much parasocial relationships that aren't real. Even if it's with a real person, but it's just strictly on, it's not real.
Bro, we at a point where
Oh my God.
dating apps are pretty much I how long until you can just record yourself on a dating app? How like in the goofies, fucking Slim Thug, and I'm like, gosh, you are a special kind of stupid. We're talking about how Houston rapper, because we gonna put that out there. Houston rapper gonna mention how, with certain robots able to cook and clean and do other things, women will be replaceable if they don't act right.
Yeah,
Bruh, speak for yourself.
yeah, speak for yourself.
What in the entire y'all sipping too much scissor? Cause yeah. But the notion of I'm just wow, wow, wow. And the sad thing is I'm curious where this case goes because there is an argument here. There is an argument that says, yo, this interaction caused my kid to kill themselves. That argument is there.
It's not. I,
How?
I'm sorry. This is why I said this has a lot of layers and a lot of uncomfortable truths that no one probably wants to say, unless you're on Twitter, because then they'll tell you the truth. But other than that, a lot of wild stuff. But unless, other than that, clearly the kid has some issues. I think we're all in agreement. Clearly, the parents or mom had no idea. I think we're all in agreement with that. Clearly, how did he get his hands on the gun? That's another issue because we've
Right.
seen this story plenty of times with kid have issues and daddy and mom either don't lock up the gun or buy them a gun or they have a gun is locked up but they somehow they find out how to open it and then use it either on themselves or other people. So yeah, there's a whole lot of layers where I'm sorry, mom, you gotta look in the mirror. This is probably on you. Not this is actually this actually I'm lying. This is all on you. You didn't
Hold
pay
on, hold on.
attention at
Let's see.
all to what, like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying you have to be involved in everything your kid does and gets into because there's some shit you're not going to know about because we're all kids and we all done some stuff behind our parents' back. I've done it, you've done it, everyone's done it. But for the most part, you want to know, especially online stuff, you want to know what they're getting into or try to get, like I said, not micromanage them because then that's, no one likes an ultra control
So
parent.
so
That,
now
but
you're
you
kind
got
of
to
proving
know
a point.
what one, how your kid is, how he thinks,
This is a
he or she's.
video game.
I'm saying you should still
As
pay
far as I
attention to
know,
what
you play the video game online.
you still paid attention to stuff I played. I'm sure if games were the same way for me like they were for you, your mom would pay like you could still pay attention to what they're doing.
This is you okay. It was really obvious when you were growing up what was problematic. It was
Oh,
the Call of Duty and it was GTA. That was there was no chat bots.
no, it
There-
wasn't. I got that. I'm just saying, you have to if you're going to be a new age parent now, you got to fucking adapt. So you need to, because like I said, if I become a parent now, I know about all this shit. I didn't grow up with it. Same way you didn't grow up with the same stuff I had, but you adapt. You stay in the now, so you know what the dangers could possibly be. As a parent now, you should know about this AI shit and how dangerous it can be. You should know about the virtual reality. Like, there's a
Okay.
lot of stuff. Like, I'm sorry. And then
20.
plus, even if you want to just absolve all that, How the hell did he get the gun? How did he get the
Okay,
gun?
so I'm doing some math. Kid was 14, which means he was born in 2010.
Damn.
As a 14-year-old, you are a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Or sophomore. Then we start. Yeah.
Right. I'm just thinking, and again, you're right. I'm thinking about this from when you were 14. I'm asking how was school? Are you interested in girls? Anybody you like? What video games do we get to play? Like I would not conceive that you were having a virtual fucking relationship with it wouldn't cross my mind.
Because it didn't exist back then. This is a new
Like,
age in a new era. That's why I said if you have kids now, you gotta adapt. There's new shit. Like I said, technology is advancing rapidly, and people's minds are not. So yeah, you gotta be
I
on.
don't have this.
Unfortunately, you gotta be on top of it. And then even if that, you even if
Like,
that,
listen,
well, you got to see your kid's personality and how he is and how he interacts with people and all that. If these antisocial, you got to that stuff you can fucking see without the chat, PD.
all
If
right,
you're a
I'm
good
I'm
parent, you should be able to see that.
I'm gonna go. I'm sounding real old right now, but damn, what happened to the good old days? And it was just the Playboy magazines under the bed. Jesus Christ, what the? Just watch porn. Damn.
Nah, they got 3D virtual and stuff.
What?
You're gonna have robots probably now in the future. Like,
I
man,
just, I,
it's a
it's
new game out here, man. These wow. I
a
mean,
freaky
this
chat bot responded, "I love you,"
yeah, that's what AI. They want to talk like how a normal person would talk. Now
but
that's
it,
not
it
normal because that's a fictional character on a fucking CPU. But to some people, if you're really that lonely, desperate, and I'm not making fun of them at all, because that's a real thing,
right.
then yeah, you're going to develop a parasocial relationship, and that's a huge thing now. These parasocial relationships, either with people or AI.
I'm
And
just, and again,
yeah,
I'm also speaking from my 47-year-old self because I'm like, Game of Thrones is a show. None of this is real. None of these people exist. At 14, I believe you know the difference between reality and not. Are we really at the point where we have kids believing this shit they see on TV is actually real?
there's adults that believe that. You're not gonna act like adults don't be having parasocial relationships and weird out behavior with people they
I
don't
mean,
know
listen,
or AI.
listen. I think sometimes, like, a thing I think is really creative but really weird sometimes is the cosplay space. Some folks get real deep into it, and I admire the creativity as a creator myself. But some of these cats like really get wrapped up. Like, you do know Sailor Moon is not a real person, right?
Doesn't matter.
You do know Velma and Darth Vader aren't real, right?
Says who?
George Lucas, he made it up. The creators of Scooby Doo, Velma's not real. Like, I just,
He could be real. You sound like Slipknot. She isn't real. Can't make her real.
I,
See,
I,
he listened to
I,
Slipknot. That's why he thought it was real. I'm sorry, but yeah,
I'm curious to see. I'll keep an eye on this because I'm curious to see. Because honestly, how she reading the exchanges. Mom has a point.
but point. It is an AI. No one is controlling that. So who do you sue? The fucking AI?
Yes, there she's suing the company. Yes, she is suing the company for
That's
wrongful
not
death.
an
Yes.
actual person.
But you made my 14-year-old believe it was.
No one made. Okay. This is where I'm going to sound. We are brutally honest on this show. At least I am. Sometimes you can be a little shaky, but you are most of the time. But yeah, no one forced him to think it was real or unalive himself. No one forced him to do that. The kid clearly had problems, mental issues, and all a whole lot of issues for one. And the mom, dad,
Mm,
whoever's in the situation, did not pick that up. And
okay.
then still had, the ultimate weapon of mass destruction in your house that was accessible somehow.
I
So
mean, but
yeah.
okay, so if it wasn't a gun, it might have been pills. If it wasn't pills, it might have been
I mean,
bleach.
yes,
Like,
yes. I got you. Like I say, it could done other ways. I understand, but
right.
it's like you just said earlier. You said, "How does a 14-year-old not?" I can see if they were 5, 4. You don't really know much. You try to figure stuff out. You're gullible. You still think Santa Claus is real. So yes, that is. But as a freshman in high school, I'm sorry if AI was around when I was in high school, or even you in high school. Would you have fell for that? No. I can give someone was catfished. Like you think
Uh,
it's a real
the,
person, but it's
the
not,
I was gonna say the reason I probably, and again, we never know, but the reason I probably wouldn't have went for it is because
and it's a
you
character.
literally know Game of Thrones is a TV show and that
Ex-
person's not real.
that's that, see, that's the ultimate detail. I was gonna get there, but yeah, it's
Right,
literally a TV character. They don't exist.
right.
So the
But
fact that he thought it was real, something was not clicking up there, and that's no disrespect. But I, but this is where the blame game. I understand people's grief. You got to blame someone, and it's hard to blame yourself. But I'm sorry if
I,
your son was had that many issues that he was willing to go to those lengths over an AI of a fictional character. It's not like it was based off a real person. Where you can, like I say, if it was a catfish type situation, all right, person that catfish got to pay because you think it's real.
it's
But
Manti too, though. I got it.
yeah, man, damn.
No, I feel horrible for Manti as a Notre Dame fan and watching that documentary. I feel horrible, but
That was,
continue.
I mean, he was extremely gullible. But either way, um, yeah, the fact that it's a fictional character kind of dissolves
I,
any blame. I'm sorry, because it's not real. Like, how can you sue? Like, that's that's like suing me for, I don't know. You hiking, you see a volcano, you just decide to step in the volcano and you die. What, you gonna sue the volcano? You know it's a volcano
okay.
because the volcano put a little ash and smoke in there, and it's shape of a heart. You think it's a person? I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you gotta look at the parents. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta swallow that
So
loss
I
because
gotta
that's on you.
I gotta put on my dad hat for a minute here. Look, by and large, you were not, but I know when I was, because there's things we don't know. But I know freshman year was real tough for me. That was when I started having issues with my mom. Um, I was way more connected to my friends than my parents. Um, I wasn't a bad kid, but I had a whole existence my mom didn't know about. And this was 91. I didn't have a cell phone, none of these ways. So I get what you're saying from the legal aspect. What I'm also saying is, as someone who has been a 14-year-old boy
Me
and
too.
someone who's been a parent to a 14-year-old boy, that's not the easiest nut to crack,
Never said.
especially if that relationship isn't, you can have the greatest relationship with your kid.
Yeah,
But when puberty hits and hormones go crazy, you will not recognize them.
yeah. I said that. I said
Right. And it's like, I can't blame the parent here. So but you gotta blame somebody because I'm not blaming the 14-year-old.
no. I mean, you can't blame the dead anyway. But like, just I'm saying, if he had that so much of a connected relationship with a fictional character, you didn't notice. I'm like I said,
No,
there's always signs for some stuff. Like I said, I understand. I already mentioned earlier, we've all been 14. I've done stuff you didn't know about. You've done stuff you didn't know. You just admit it. So yeah, I got it. You might not be close to your parents. I understand that too. Been there. You have too. I get it.
You got it.
But
It is
if
like
I was, but if I was doing, if I was that, let's just say social, I had no friends, nothing, whatever. Didn't play sports, nothing, just nothing, just completely to myself. You see me on the computer all day or the game. That's it. Nothing. You would raise an eyebrow like, yo, what's you would
so
notice something, or
okay.
my mother would notice something, even if you
So
don't.
as a parent, what I would notice is, hey, it sucks that you don't seem to be socially interacting with kids your age, so on and so forth. There's probably some other issues there that make you get
Their
social
age.
anxiety around. But I'm going to be happy you found something that brings you joy. You hate school, you ain't got no friends at school, no friends home, but at least when you on this computer, you seem to be happy. As a parent, I get it.
So you're
Like,
not going
hey,
to check what they're doing on the computer. You're just going to sit there.
um,
You're not
I
going to
can
check.
tell you, I can tell you how that's gonna slip through the cracks. Because again, normal, air quotes, normal 14-year-old, you with me?
Yeah, you was lagging. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say normal 14-year-old has a social circle, goes out, da 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 da. Okay, these are normal things. But I'm dealing with the 14-year-old that has no social circle, that doesn't seem to like anybody. I'm already on edge. I'm already alarmed. But the one thing that brings you joy, the one thing that's normal, that seems to make you happy, is playing this damn video game. Do I want you playing the game all day? No. But you seem to be having issues connecting with people, and you also won't let me in but so much to figure out what's going on. So the only thing that seems to bring you joy, I'm gonna let you have it. And that's how you miss it.
But I'm not a psychologist. I've, I still, like I said, took psychology, or that a college course or that in high school. I still follow on psychology stuff now, videos and all that stuff. But antisocial disorder and stuff like that can lead to a whole lot of other issues. Not
It
all the
can.
time. Not all the time. There's a lot of people with antisocial that live fine lives. I could be one of them. But realistically, that is a big red flag right there for stuff. That's how you. I'm not saying that the kid was a serial killer or any of that. No, he was. I'm just saying that's how stuff like that. Like there's early signs of that. Antisocial is like damn near the first red flag of something not good happening.
Right.
So if that is the flag that you see, and they're always online or the chat, but I don't know if it's on the computer or on his phone or not. I don't know, but I do know, especially how technology is now, you can check everything. You check the histories of everything. You can even check the history of their people's phone messages because they're on your
True.
plan most likely. So you can
True.
check everything that they do, even if they don't tell you, you can see that.
Yeah, yeah, because now I gotta kind of go where you're going, and I hate to quote unquote victim blame, but it's like, look, if all other normal avenues of social interaction are not there, you have no friends, da da da, but your only thing you're doing is on a computer, then you're damn right I'm gonna have some parental controls so I can see what's going on, so I can say, hey, I'm just like I said, it's a lot of moving parts. I'm curious how this goes. My heart goes out to this parent because I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Like that's a rough one, which kind of segues into the next thing that I think you sent this to me is regulating social media, and I don't think I don't think you can. Well, you kind of can, but I don't think you should. If you listen,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to watch dogs get kicked, that's your business. But do this shit in the comfort of it goes back to privacy and what you do in your own home. But the problem becomes this a thin line because if you want to watch, child porn, you cannot watch that. Cannot watch that,
You just
right?
said what you just said. If you do it with your privacy of your own, so see now, yeah, which one is
Well,
it?
see, because you can't, and I guess in this, and I'm not a lawyer enough to know this, You cannot watch people engaged in crimes against minors.
You can watch crimes against adults.
I mean,
I
because
mean,
now
I've
it gets
definitely seen it. Like the cartels, they're religious on broadcasting what they do to people. Woo. But
right.
yeah, I haven't seen nothing done with children, thank God. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
And it's just like I just and then this goes back to just the overarching thing is if the government on a grand scale could be trusted, I think we need to have a conversation about regulation. The inherent issue is I don't think you can trust the government because the second you say, okay, cool, go ahead, start regulating the internet, why stop there?
oh, they're not, which is probably about
What?
to happen anyway. I mean, it's kind of
They've been trying that for a while now. And because remember, we talked about on the pod about how they want to get rid of TikTok. None of that's happened.
not yet. It's been banned. Like I said, it's a process. It's already been through. I think it's just that
Yeah.
was just a play that they didn't want China having access to us. It wasn't even about that.
Right.
It just was
But
who the owners were.
the internet is still the wild, wild west in certain ways. The problem is there are people who can make certain choices. Zuckerberg, that goofball Elon Musk. So the problem is it is regulation. It's not regulated by the people. It's regulated because these are still companies,
Yeah,
and as such, someone can make certain decisions.
it's a private. It's a private. It's not government owned. It's privately owned
Right.
corporations business. So yeah,
Yeah.
they make the decision.
So the internet itself is still the wild, wild west. You can find whatever you want,
Yeah,
but going on certain platforms, no, no.
I'm see. The thing is restricted. See, I'm just saying maybe. Like I said, I don't think children should be on social media. I guess I'm with you on this.
Mhm.
Before I didn't really care, but now after seeing how stuff is and all the wild shit that is on there, because like I said, Elon has pretty much made Twitter the wild wild west. Anything is on that shit, and I mean anything.
I,
I don't think you want your kids seeing that.
right.
So yeah, I
I'm
think it should
still
be age
tripping that,
restricted. That's it. Everything else, I'm cool keeping it the way it is. If you want to get your racist
bruh.
shit off, whatever weird shit you into, cool. But I just think the restriction only should just be age. That's just me.
I'm I'm still tripping that there is so much X-rated material on Twitter. Like I didn't think that was possible.
That's why he changed it to X. Now I get it. Because the second that shit changed from Twitter to X, I swear to God, it's just sex bots everywhere.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild. But okay. But like I'm not for the regulation. And the other thing is, I think I'll send it to you. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, but there was this piece that I found. Shout out to Bliss, she sent it to me. But it's about the creation of lone wolf, and it was a very sobering truth about how if you are a guy of average look and average income, you are put you we are creating lone wolves. And what we mean, what if anyone's not familiar with the term, the lone wolf is the most dangerous kind of person because they don't belong to a sect, they don't belong to a crew. They're the guy sitting at home. They're the Unabomber. They're
Yeah,
Ted
nothing.
Kaczynski.
Yeah, so it's basically Joker. So it's basically you messing with a guy got nothing to lose. Yeah,
Right.
that is the
And
most
they're
dangerous
so
person.
socially distant. And it's at least in this country, if we would have a real honest conversation, look, there's a such thing as pretty girl privilege. And then on the other side of that, there's the desirable 5% of guys. The 6'2" Brad Pitt, Denzel, Idris Elba looking dudes that can be anywhere amongst anybody, attract attention in the room. And then there's the rest. And then there's the guys that that get no play. They're probably great people, great personalities with decent jobs, but that ain't what the quote unquote model chicks want. You don't have to interact, and we don't have to go to the club. You don't have to go to the bar. We just talked about it. Dating apps. So you might swipe 500 times to get the attention of five matches. That is one every 100. And it's like on the other side of this, there's a guy on a phone, on a computer screen with shitty social skills, boredom, and time. And this is society. And soon we'll have robots. When I grew up, we were told about the boogeyman being Russia. And then it was Desert Storm, it was Al Qaeda and Muslims in the Middle East.
They still try to preach that. But go ahead.
And the reality of it is, the, you go from Timothy McVeigh forward. No, we're manufacturing the boogeyman right here. It's not overseas. It's middle America.
Yeah, that's always been the case.
I think it's being ramped up now because life
Life
and
sucks. Yes, it's been ramped up. I
we'll
mean,
see.
what, like I've already said this. This ain't even just a man thing. This is just, bro. Society as a whole, especially here, is fucking cooked between
Oh,
between streaming shit culture, no, between clout culture, do anything for fucking clout, and that's on both genders. To
that's
just,
still weird to me. That's still weird.
bro, I've seen people do the wildest things, endanger themselves and other people
Hold on,
just
hold
for
on, time
clout.
out, time out, time out, time out. Real quick. I gotta ask because you're a little more plugged in than I am. I do not understand. Cloud is not transferable, nor is it tangible or profitable. So you making yourself look like a fucking idiot for what exactly? Hey, you doing it for cloud, doing it for cloud. Cloud don't pay a fucking bill. What are
It
we
can't,
talking about?
because it's the notion that it, because there is some people, like, I don't know if you know, if you how plugged in, the Hawk Tour girl.
I heard about her.
Yeah, she got her own podcast making millions, quit her job. Off of one clip. Got no
Seriously,
fucking tell. Yes, I'm saying, if you go viral and you spin it right, you could theoretically make it,
bruh.
liquid. But that is so fucking rare that it's not worth it. That's why it annoys me. So you endangering and annoying the fuck out of everyone else, including yourself, over a clout with a 1% chance that you can live off of that one viral move. Like it's rare that someone goes viral and then they just make a career off. It's rare. It happens. Just like it's rare that people here become rich, but we still have the dream of doing it. So it goes hand in hand. It's capitalism at its best. But yeah, between cloud, economies, booty cheeks, everyone's stressed. Everyone got to work more. People can't afford shit anymore. People don't even want to get married or have kids anymore because you can't fucking afford it. Like, yeah,
I mean,
this
that
is
ain't
a,
stopping poor people, but yeah,
hmm?
that ain't stopping poor people. But yes, you're right.
And which is also breeding more monsters because that's a whole nother issue. I'm not trying to say that you should be a certain tax bracket to have children,
No, you
but
should. You should.
you probably should.
You should.
You definitely should. Because that's selfish.
You
You're
should.
setting them up for failure. Like, and you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting up everybody for failure. I understand it. It's a human need for majority of people to reproduce. That's what we're here
I
for, right?
mean, it is boredom. Well, it's boredom, but yeah, you should.
I mean, but it is a genetic trait of us to
Oh,
reproduce.
no,
That's
I
that's what all
understand.
living creatures do. So I understand
Okay.
why it's a need to
Okay.
do it. Maybe not for me, but there's always some anomalies. But yeah, so it's just a whole, this era right now is just a breeding ground of just, I don't know what's the
I mean,
word.
that's
It's a
and
Frankenstein.
that's what we're going about. Like we're in this interesting space where we're creating the lone wolves,
And
and
monsters. It's not even just lone wolves. Like I understand what you're saying with the point of men, but we're creating monsters on both sides. I've seen it in the women's side, like the desperate. It's just We're creating the monsters and we're not fixing the problems. If we fix the problems in our society, I promise you, majority of this shit would disappear.
We couldn't have saw this coming. I don't really give out too many passes or cut cards, but
You didn't see that
when you
coming.
think about what like think about it right now, we are at the peak of humanity. We have cars that can drive and park themselves.
This is the peak. We are trash. I'm sorry.
We have the ability, the world has gotten smaller. I can form a relationship with somebody in Japan. Better, I can go to Japan, not speak Japanese, and my phone will tell me what my Japanese person is saying.
That's technology. That's not us as people. But go ahead.
But I'm saying this is where, like, I don't. Once upon a time, you had to go to Japan. You're gonna be lost, right? Unless if you don't speak the language, you're gonna be lost. At this point,
Arigato.
we have gotten rid of an entire version of writing. No one needs to write in cursive outside of writing your name, signing your name, and it doesn't matter. I know people my age just lose their shit over it, but no, no one misses cursive writing. It's okay.
I hate
It's
it.
okay,
Oh,
right? So we are at the peak of humanity. We have cured more. We are at the point because I am 47 years old. I remember AIDS, HIV being a death sentence. I remember Magic's retirement speech, and I am watching commercials for medication that makes you zero detectable. The disease is no longer in your blood. Never thought the day would come. But we are at a point where HIV is not even not only is it not a death sentence, you might not even get sick anymore. Like, so we are at the peak of technology and humanity converging, and yet we have never been so isolated, so separated, so divided, and it's like no one, you couldn't have saw this coming.
goodness, saw this coming. This, bro, you literally just contradicted yourself. You just named all the great stuff of technology in medicine. All that
And bring
advanced, yes,
to
but us
bring us
as
together.
humans have not fucking advanced. Us socially and our mindsets have not fucking advanced. How many times I had to tell you, ain't shit changed from now to the civil rights era and whatever. And you was like, no, things should change. And he was like, and then you come back, it's like, you know what, Ken, you're right. Ain't shit changed. We're still having the same social issues we've been having since we were fucking you, since our fucking existence.
I was gonna say, and that's the other thing.
So what
The
has
other
changed? Humans has
byproduct,
not peaked. We
well, I
do
was
the
gonna say
same thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the other byproduct that makes certain people very happy is once upon a time I'd have to tell you all of these goofy rules about how you conduct yourself in public and firm handshake and look at the eye, da da da. Because of the proliferation of technology, we now have an entire sector. What I'm looking for, geez, computer science. We now have an entire sector of employment where people who don't want to interact don't have to. Your IT person, that's what I'm looking for. IT, your IT person never has to see you, never has to talk to you. When your computer goes down and you call IT, that person never, they can take over your screen, they can see your computer and never has to see you. That is perfect for the socially anxious that don't want to interact with people. There's a whole whole section of jobs now that you don't have to directly interact with people.
So where is the peak human? So like I said, you're naming technological stuff in medicine, but you cannot say peak human because we are, and then list the problems with humans socially. We are social creatures. That is what makes us human. That is. I don't give a fuck about technology and medicine. How we survive is fucking social. There's a reason why solitary confinement is torture. It's not nothing. You just sitting there by yourself. You want to know why? Because even the most antisocial motherfucker still needs to have somebody around.
Touche.
Because if you don't, you will lose your fucking mind. Like I said, I'm not the greatest fan of people, but I still need people around. I still got people I want to mess with and all that. Talk to y'all, yeah. So like, yeah, the social aspect of humanity has gotten worse, and you just described it because now people cannot be social and then don't know how to act around people, which spawns more problems. And there's more antisocial people, which can spawn more monsters. So yeah, socially, we are not at our peak. We're probably at our worst. Technology is at a peak. Medicine is at its peak and it's continually growing. That's great. But us
Mm,
as a species, socially, how we think, how we interact with each other, how we judge each other, how we judge ourselves. You think that's improved? There's no numbers that says that improved. Actually, there's numbers that say it's gotten fucking worse. Suicide rates are up. Murder rates are up. Everything that is bad about us that's been going on forever, that probably wasn't even much of a problem as it is now, because of all the technology, you can just you don't even have to be social anymore. And that's an issue. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's what.
we're
That's
not
why.
peak humans. We're not. It's technology. There's a difference. We made stuff more comfortable. We made life more
Okay.
comfortable and easy. That doesn't mean that things have changed, that we are at our peak. No, we're not. Because we made shit so easy and comfortable, we just completely neglect the social part, which is the most important part of our species. Boy, I digress. My
No,
opinion. My opinion.
no. I'm absorbing what you're saying. As I always tell you, I appreciate the way you think, and I think you have a point. That is a very okay. You're right. I see your argument, and I don't really have a response. You are correct. Um, I think maybe my idea what the peak of humanity and peak of human existence is different. I think we have a plethora of options, and maybe because we have so many options, that's not a great thing. So you have a point. I'll reevaluate. You have a point because I'm like, well, but my thing, reason I said peak humanity is because like, well, what time in human history have things been better than now? We are finally at a point where you can lose a limb and it can be robotically replaced. We don't die off from diseases like we used to. We have the knowledge to know what to eat, how to eat, to really extend our lifespan naturally.
Mm-hmm.
We recognize because shit, y'all got ADHD. We didn't have ADHD when I was growing up. We had
Hey,
sit your ass down.
it was called undiagnosed.
That's what I'm saying. We had sit your ass down somewhere. That wasn't healthy. That wasn't
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah, I know the feeling. But listen, um, that's real shit. I know the feeling because that wasn't around when I was a kid. But I mean, I digress. Pass. Yeah, everything you name is medicine and technology. Like I said, that you're glorifying that, but you never said anything that's socially or how we think.
Okay.
So we
So
can create stuff, but we can't. Like we're still having the same arguments, same beefs, the same hatred, the same pain from our whole existence. It's still there. So with all this knowledge, why do we still fall for the same social tricks?
because I think the inherent issue is the populace, the people have gotten more knowledge, but
Sure about that?
for lack of a better term, the elites who actually control shit benefit from things being the way they are. That's the inherent issue.
Okay, but if technology is advanced, everything's advanced in knowledge, and this is the information age, as you say, and it's true.
Yeah.
Why are we still having people die for their belief? Die, not saying dying for your beliefs is the wrong thing, but I'm trying to say the word. People are willing to die on the hill of social issues that's been around forever. Die on the hill that we need a ruler. There's someone needs to be in power of majority of people.
Mm.
Why do we still fall victim to the same social issues we've been falling victim to for our whole existence? If we're
Because it's
peak,
for profit. Because it's still for profit. And we've advanced, but we haven't advanced to the point where
then that's not peak human. I'm sorry. That's my issue. If you want to say
okay.
peak innovation in terms of technology and medicine, I agree. If you talking about just peak human, we're not peak. We're nowhere near. In fact, I honestly believe, whether it's intentional or not, whether it's government, gods, wherever you believe it, that we're being held back on purpose.
Okay.
So yeah, we're
I
not.
mean, I got no solid argument against that. Like, I can see that argument exists, and I don't have anything solid against it. I will see if I can think of something between now and next week. But no, I don't against that. I don't have an argument against that. I was going to fast forward a little bit because we've been at this for a while. This has been a ball. So I sent you a clip, and I'm like, this is just wrong. This is wrong. So apparently, didn't know this, but Mello explained on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast. Shout out to Mello and the kid Mero that Kobe just went fucking in or JJ Reddick just because he fucking hated JJ Reddick, and I'm like,
Everybody
so
did.
he didn't let Kobe score, didn't let JJ score a point in practice. I'm like, Cole, dog, it's JJ Reddick. Like, relax. It's okay. I
Tell the
get it,
whole
Coach
story.
K,
Tell him why he did that.
because Coach K bigged them up, and he is still the all-time leading scorer at Duke. And if I'm not mistaken, he made the most three-pointers ever
See,
in
that
Duke
made me
history.
mad right there. See, I gotta lock him up now. Well, she didn't have to add all that.
Fam, your Kobe Bryant is JJ Reddick. Like,
I'm a
come on, man,
competitor. See, that's what separates Mamba mentality. Anybody can get it.
bro.
Not gonna go Joel voice, old, new, him, you. Anybody can get it. I don't care. You think Kobe just? This is why he was a psychopath. Because yeah, he didn't care. He will
Listen,
find any excuse to get motivated.
running through Pau Gasol when he's your teammate, now that's like, oh shit. Anybody doesn't know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
that's something
Watch the
different.
doc. Watch the doc on the Redeem team, and he decided on first play to run right through Pau Gasol as his damn teammate on the Lakers. Didn't matter at that
They're
point.
not teammates no more.
Agreed. But I'm like, fam, it's JJ Red. It's 6'4" JJ Reddick, dog. Like,
So because hey, I'm not saying like I said, I get it. Like I said, I get both sides. I'm with you to a certain extent, like, bro, it's JJ, why you going so hard? But then also as a competitor, and then if your coach, that is his coach at the time, because that's Team USA, is bragging about another dude while I'm here. Like you ain't got the best players in the world right in front of you. You want to brag about your old college boy. All right, we gonna see. I want to see what you talking about. We gonna see. You hyped him up, so now he got to write a check. he got right. He got to write a check that he got cash a check that you wrote. There you go. I almost messed that up.
this is like the original Dream Team. This would have been like Jordan going hard on Christian Laettner. Like, come on.
You know what they have in common? They went to Duke. Everyone, let's not act like they didn't hate both of them. Let's not act like JJ was not the most hated college player ever.
That's,
Hmm? Outside
no,
of
the
Christian
haters.
Laettner.
I'm
Oh,
about to
Christian
say
Laettner
the
was the
most
most
hated
hated.
talent player ever was Christian
I'm
Laettner.
saying at that time, when JJ's time, he was the most hated college player. Let's not act like he was not hated, because he definitely was. It was damn near
Yeah,
Christian Laettner levels.
the classy Maryland fans saying FUJJ to a college kid, mind you. But okay.
Stay classy, Maryland. But yeah, hey, we so hey, maybe that hatred fueled over. But hey, my coach talking about somebody else that's not even on the team, all crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have
Bro,
did the same shit.
is is 6'4" is 6'4" JJ Reddick, dog.
So
JJ Reddick is Steph Curry light on a good day. Like,
no, they don't play the same. But you want to say he's a great shooter, yes. But nah.
that's just damn, bro. That was extra
that's
as hell.
that's Kobe.
Extra is all get out. And the last thing we will touch on, we talked about it before the show
Got to
started.
be
Real
competitive, man.
quick. There's this guy, I don't know his page, but he's got a ton of them, and it's a great look. When I find it, I will find it, I'll let you know. But it is he does these 1v1s in superheroes, and he did a Batman versus Wolverine one-on-one. And I'm like, okay, let me watch. One, he spent the first, I don't know how long in the video just gobbling up Batman, and Bruce Wayne can bench 1,000 pounds, and he mastered every fighting style known to man, and he's just short of being like Captain America, super soldier levels. Okay, I get it. More Batman fanboying. I got it. Then he went to Wolverine and finally gets the breakdown. Okay, so Batman versus Wolverine. What you got? Wolverine wins in a 1v1 because all he's got to do is get Batman one time. But it's Batman. It's Batman. Of course, the asterisk, the Batman prep time.
Mm.
That's better than gold, dog. You know, I
Yeah,
could have, I could have, I could be guilty of mass murder, but if I got Batman prep time, I'm gonna beat the case.
yeah. That's a fact. I mean, shit. Honestly, it's not that hard now. You just got money in the right connections. You gonna beat it anyway. But anyway,
Oh,
but yeah. Oh, which he
okay.
does got. Oh, wait. So it's prep time's white privilege.
I'm
I
like,
play. I play.
Bruce Wayne can bench 1,000. Like, come on, dog.
It is a comic
Really?
book. You're trying to. There's is a place where people fly, shoot lasers out their eyes, teleport, can throw a fucking building with one hand. Why are you trying to make this super realistic? Wolverine ain't real either. Who the fuck is made out of that metal, bone metal, and can heal and is lived for about 100 and so years? That's not real.
Actually, longer than that, according to the record, according to
Right.
legend, James Howlett was born in the 1800s.
Okay, 200 plus years. So you gonna nitpick Batman, but just let everything else slide. That doesn't make sense. He was a Batman hater, yo. That's what it is. He was a
I'm not
Batman
a
hater.
Batman hater.
He's a
It's just
Batman hater.
the legend of Batman at this point is getting better than Batman. Like the legend of Batman
That is true.
is bigger than Batman.
Blame the writers. They doing this crazy shit.
Like, dog, the infamous Batman prep, like it when in doubt, the Batman prep time.
He beats anybody except God. That's it.
With enough prep time, will probably beat up God.
Nah,
You know,
I think that's where the limit lies. I think that's where they like, all right, that's enough. He can beat a god, not the god though. He beat Darkseid. That's crazy. That's crazy.
like
Who is a
no,
god?
like Bruce, if no, just no.
He
Like I
beat
said, I think
Superman. You think? All right, so he beat Superman. You think he can beat Wolverine with prep time? You don't think Superman beat the shit out of Wolverine?
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up. I don't know. Cause now it's like you gotta hurt him, and
Bro,
because of that heat
Superman
factor,
could lift up Wolverine and throw him to the sun. Like, there's no surviving.
the question is if Superman is still flesh and bone, adamantium can cut that.
I don't think. I don't. I'm not sure he can
Right,
cut.
right.
I
Now I
don't.
gotta look. Now I gotta look it up.
I'm not sure he can.
That's what I'm saying. Now I gotta look it up.
Not to mention, he's not fast enough to touch Superman. So Superman can hit him 1,000 times before he even blinks. So like this ain't like Batman. Like this is okay. This is different battle because Batman, he's a Superman. I mean not super, a superhuman kind of basically, and he's
Mhm.
pretty fast and all that. But he ain't Superman. Superman can fly here to sun like what seconds. So and he does fight with his speed. So it's like yeah, like Wolverine not even gonna be able to touch him.
I mean, that's the other thing too. They had an interesting 1v1 Shazam versus Superman. I was like, I didn't realize Shazam was that nice with it, but
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
him. Nice.
All right, I was like, okay. I didn't realize Shazam was that nice with it. And Superman's weakness is magic.
Yeah.
So I was
But
like,
Wolverine
okay.
ain't got no magic. It's just pointy claws. I'm not shitting on Wolverine. That's one of my favorite characters too. I'm just saying there's levels.
Yeah. And then if Wolverine goes full berserker mode, but I can't believe we're sitting around this conversation like fanboys. But yeah, it was just an interesting thing I saw. Like, wait a minute.
Because you hating
If
on
they have
Batman.
a
This didn't have to
Batman
be so.
Wolverine 1v1 and somehow the infamous prep time, I'm like, I'm done.
Bro, Batman prep time. He can do anything. Like that's the one superpower I want.
Right. The
Batman prep
Batman
time.
prep time.
I
Oh my God, yeah.
I gotta be able to achieve anything I wanted, boy.
Pretty much the Batman prep time. Okay. All right. Let's run it back recap here. Starting from hey, go Yankees. We gotta believe. Gotta believe.
I don't
Go
believe.
Yankees. A rose grew from concrete in Buffalo. That's pretty cool to see. And like I said, if your hood has been a hood for 30 plus years, might want to change your voting patterns. Something ain't going right. Um, Iceland, shorter work week. Yeah, get another answer overseas that could work here. And again, it wasn't like they only worked 25 hours. They literally just took down to 35. Just 35. And production went through the roof. Are we paying attention, companies here?
We could do
Um,
25, but they're not gonna do it. Go ahead.
Biggest church payout in known history. We're up to $1.5 billion for booty hole violations, and rightfully so. Um, yeah, I'd rather see 10 million, but people in jail. Rather see 10 million people in jail. 1.5 million for violated booty holes. I mean, 1.5 billion for violated booty holes is appropriate, especially if you're not going to put them in jail where they can get a taste of their own medicine. But yeah, well, yeah, good for them. My hat and sorrows go out to the mom in Florida. I'm curious how this lawsuit's gonna go because I get it, and I just, oh, jeez, this might be a precedent case. This will set a precedent. If she wins, things are gonna change. That's what I. But in long and short, we have a 14-year-old that unalived himself, and that is tragic. Um, no, I don't think you need to regulate social media per se. And again, we're creating lone wolf guys that can be dangerous. Uh, I still think, I guess I still kind of think we're at the peak of human existence, but I will honor the point you made. But I'm like, if this ain't the peak, I don't mean peak as in we can't get better. I'm just saying this is the best we've ever been as humans. But we'll see what happens. Will we continue to ascend, or will Iraq and Israel blow this whole shit up? We don't know. And yeah, Mamba didn't have to do that to JJ. You really didn't. Like it's JJ Reddick, dog. Not even Steph. It's JJ. Come on, man. That was cold. And lastly, yes, Wolverine can beat Batman with no prep time. Your recap, sir.
Will this show make it? We'll see. Iceland short work week. Like I said, I've seen studies you can go even shorter and have like 3 day, 3 day work week, and it will still be productive. But that's not gonna happen. Uh, biggest church, Catholic priest, man. How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man? But yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to stop this. So I hope it doesn't happen to you or your kids or whoever. Peak humans right here, man. Peak humans. Um,
Yeah, you go.
we still can't tell the difference between a child and an adult. But yeah, um, that seems like some barbarian shit. But peak humans. Sorry. Um, Florida AI mama, you gotta look in the mirror on that one. I'm sorry. It is unfortunate. Rest in peace. And no parents had to bury their child, so that part I do agree. But there was a lot of layers and things that went wrong and was failed. And the AI, in my opinion, was the last reason for it. That's just my opinion. But I guess like I'm with you. We'll see what happens. Because if she wins, then boy, AI might get the fuck out of here. So maybe I'm kind of rooting for her. But yeah, the lone wolf and creating monsters. I'm just gonna say creating monsters. It ain't just guys too. Yeah, the society's creating monsters. Yeah, that's all I got for that. Uh, Mamba versus JJ. That's Mamba mentality right there. That's how you
It's like being a
become.
bully.
That's how
Being a
you
bully.
become a top 5 player ever. Shit on everybody. Anybody can get it. You treat them all as equal, except when they play against you. They beneath you. I'm done. Uh, and then Wolverine versus Batman. Prep time Batman beats everyone except the one above all. That's it.
Oh, that is hilarious. Okay. So it has been a ball to be back. This will be up in a moment. By the time this goes up, I am really hoping it is 3-1 Dodgers. And we're not saying goodbye to the greatest team in professional sports later on tonight. We will see.
Oh, I
On
ain't
behalf
need
of
that.
myself, gotta believe, man. Gotta believe. On behalf of myself, my awesome co-host, thank y'all for tuning in again. We will try to keep breaks to a minimum. But from the Yeah I Said It podcast, peace.
Yeah,